I have this strong rule. I have a very, very, very strict rule. I do not talk about a girl's boyfriend. I don't. You want to make her vagina wet for a dude? Talk about the dude. I wish I could pay a guy to go around to Powerhouse and Fit Club LV talking about me to every single girl in there. I'd have women lined up around the block. All you have to do to make a woman turned on, if you're a boyfriend and you know who you want to date next, while she's on the squat rack, be like, I can't stand that dude, Johnny. He every girl. What a piece of shit. That guy. She will be sleeping with him before you even know it.
Just telling
all you got to do. If women snitch, it's not cool, but it's not that big of a deal. If men snitch, it is the most beta, feminine you can possibly do. Men do not snitch. And if I'm seeing a girl, I never talk about their ex. I just don't. No matter how much they want me to, I don't, because I know as soon as I do, it's going to make her be like, why is he talking about another man's dick? That's weird. That's weird. Is he obsessed with him? Is he obsessed with my man? My ex, she would be at Fit Club. Dudes would be just steady talking about me. And then she'd come back home horny as anything. That's how it works.
I'm just going to throw this one out there because like a lot of from the very beginning, you and I kind of disagreed about the female friends thing, but I've kind of revised that a little bit after knowing you. So I'm just going to say that right out the gate. But the reason why I have is because one of the things that you said that kind of sat with me for a little while was I treat women just like anybody else. Okay. That's I think is the biggest difference, because guys who are in a state of deficit do not treat women as if they are anybody else, because they see them as sexual opportunities, right? When you are in a state of sexual abundance and you have lots of girlfriends and you have a really hot girlfriend or whatever, and you can become friends and network with them, but only if you are treating those women as if they are like anybody else, just like your guys.
Exactly.
So what happens is this. One of the reasons why I said that men and women cannot be friends is because we take our model for same-sex friendships and we try to apply it to opposite-sex friendships, and that never works. So one of the things I've always said is that women have boyfriends and girlfriends. If you're not her, you're her girlfriend. And the reason why I say that is not because it's something, like some pithy thing to put on Twitter or anything like that. It's a stated fact, okay? If you as a man start communicating with your girlfriend in the way that her female friends communicate with her, her brain, her hindbrain is going to register you as another girlfriend, and therefore you're going to be part of the girlfriend club.
Putting a woman in the friend zone does not mean you need to be more woman-like.
Yes.
My female friends, I talk about UFC and SEC football and the stock market and quantum mechanics.
And what happens
doesn't change.
What happens then is guys become very accommodating, because they think that if I talk and I identify and I become more like a woman and get in touch with my emotions, and I start getting in touch with my inner female and all this other crap, if they do that, if they become more, they identify more with the feminine.
Shout out to Derek Jackson, Justin Boldoni.
They're going to get in there, right? It's like, what do we call it? It's a sneaky fucker game, right? If I can turn myself into a woman and she becomes friendly with me and she becomes familiar with me and she's comfortable and we develop rapport, then at some point along the way, I'm going to be able to get a hard on, and she's going to want to be able to get with me because now I'm just like her. No, her hindbrain already thinks of you as another girl. That's why I say boyfriends and girlfriends. If you're not her boyfriend, or if you're not her, you're her girlfriend, because her brain thinks of you as a girl. That's one. So what happens is those guys end up relating to that woman as one of her girlfriends, one of her same-sex friends. What Mike does is he treats his friends as if they're one of the guys, no different than anything else, and that's why it works.
But since he knows that, it's almost transactional. And if his friends know that, that's almost like us dancers. Like a lot of us we don't know how to date somebody outside without making it transactional and turning that off, like being an actress versus being a real person. And that's kind of like, since I know that about you now, Michael, that you have these friends that are just friends, I personally would be like, oh, he's literally only using me because he knows that I'm going to get him in somewhere. So
No, it's not that. We're legitimately friends, but my utility, like one of my good friends is Justin Waller. I love him like a brother, but I also want to solve problems for him. And if you started a podcast, I'd try to help you. Ask Lolo. I would try to help you for nothing. I would give you, be like, we're going to go, here's the Shure mic that you want to buy. Here's the video capture card you want to get. I would recommend this type of camera. I would do that because it's not transactional. I try to solve problems for my friends. Okay, no, the girls are not going to tell you that it's transactional. That's the difference. Okay, and it's just one of these things where it's like, if you have enough sexual abundance, it is not difficult being friends with women, especially when you're not attracted to them. When you're not attracted to them, it's very easy to be friends with women.
Jake and I are very good friends. We've been playing in a band for almost a year now, right? I would never go up to Jake and go, hey, Jake, it's been a long time since we've really communicated. I think we need to go to Starbucks and have a coffee and really catch up. That you would think, what the is wrong with Rolo?
Pedicure day.
Let's go get a mani-pedi.
Mani-pedi.
Yes.
Don't
But see, that would be me relating to you as men when we have male-to-male friendships. That's our only frame of reference for friendships. But when we get into opposite-sex friendships, guys have to be more accommodating. So, for instance, if you got a guy, for most men who are in a state of sexual deficit, if they become friends with another woman, they will start to accommodate the kinds of behavior that if he were to do that to me, I'd punch him in the face, right? Because it would be, that's how we relate, right? So there's this mentality amongst most men who are in a state of sexual deficit rather than abundance, who will be more accommodating of behaviors, more accommodating. And what happens is then, well, you're just become one of the girlfriends at that point, because my only frame of reference for friendship is male-male. And for women, it's female-female. When you have male and female, that's a different dynamic right there. And one of those dynamics, male-male, female-female, has to be the one that sets the tone for that friendship. So when he is friends with women, it's the male-male thing. He's not going to sit there and say, I'm going to just put up with the kind of behavior that I wouldn't put up with one of my guy friends. So that's the difference between his reference and his model of friendship when it comes to opposite sex friends, because he's using a male-male model and he expects you to be one of the guys. He expects you to talk about UFC and fucking Texas football.
I love
and
UFC.
Whatever KC 137s or whatever he flew in the Air Force. He's not going to say, "Oh, I'm going to talk to you about the shade of lipstick you have on."
Okay, so this is the other thing. Being friends with someone does not mean you're nice to them. It often means you send them messed up memes and you make fun of them and you bully your friends. We do this all the time. And when I have these guy friends, they're like, I don't know how to make female friends. It's because you treat them different. Your voice goes up like this, and let's go get a drink together. It's like, oh my God, tell me about this. Like, what happened to your voice, bro? Like, I don't understand why it broke like that. It's because you see her as different. That's the reason why. So for me, it's the same thing. If I have a female friend, I send her disgusting memes all the time. That's how we show friendship.